Hello all and welcome to another Last Epoch video. My name is Bobo and today I want to check some of my old characters. So I'm looking at the ShatterStrike Mage. This build is a Spellblade build, and the way it works, it uses FireBrand, which is kind of a weak attack, but as you see here, I'm getting stacks down below, and this will charge my next big attack, which is the ShatterStrike. So you use your FireBrand, charge it up, use your cooldowns, and then ShatterStrike for massive damage. ShatterStrike hits 3 times, and it used to crit all the time, but unfortunately they changed FireBrand in a way to only give you increased crit and crit multiplier rather than 100% crit. I will look deeper into this build and see how we can fix this. Hello guys, I have changed a bit the build and this should be way better now, and you can keep your ShatterStrike Mage. 4 points in health, 8 points in intelligence resistances, 3 points in attack speed, and I've got 3 points so we get the increased cooldown recovery for teleport. And the knowledge of destruction, this gives us some crit and crit multiplier which we lost. I know it's 25 points in Mage, but knowledge of destruction makes it worth it. Then I went into Spellblade, base damage, some elemental resist, some increased elemental damage. Shield, the 5 points in the shield for 10% reduced damage taken. Then we shatter the shield, so we can stack it up to 4 times, but it will be a weaker shield, 40% of the shield. So basically it's 4% reduced damage times 4, it's 16% reduced damage all the time. Some vitality and melee fire damage. Melee fire damage is base, so that's always good. Attack speed and some ward gained. Dexterity and fire and cold damage. This is a must. Gemini, we have 2 weapons. As soon as you get Gemini, your damage should skyrocket. Obviously, first put 20 points in Mage, just put 5 points in Knowledge of Destruction, get the Gemini, and then you can fill up the Knowledge of Destruction. Some intelligence and ward. Intelligence is really good and dexterity is really good for us. And ward per intelligence. We should be stacking a bit of intelligence and a bit of dexterity in our gear. And max blades, 5 is enough. You're probably gonna use FireBrand 5 times and then ShatterStrike. Abilities. FireBrand. You want the Everflame, so your stack keep refreshing so they don't fall off, because if you're stacking up your stacks and they fall off right before you ShatterStrike, you're gonna do very reduced damage, and that's bad. Attack speed, so we get the stacks up faster. Some damage, you can put this damage in more ward gained per hit. If you're seeing that you don't have that much life, put just less points here and more points here. You can remove as many as you want because we are covered by the lower path. So you decide. And illuminated fire, we take 3 points, so we have plus 6% chance to crit and crit multiplier per stack, making it 6 times 6 is 36 more crit chance. It will probably make ShatterStrike crit very often. ShatterStrike, this is our big damage dealer. We go 2 points in global increased cold damage and global freeze multiplier. It's more of a travel. 10% damage, 10% area, it's more of a travel. And 2 points in whiteout. You want to recast it. You don't care about the attack speed. You don't care about the mana cost. Just as long as you cast ShatterStrike 3 times, you're happy. More area and cold penetration, so this will make us hit pretty much everything around us and give us a lot of cold penetration, so we deal way more damage. Crit multiplier per swords, we're gonna have 2 swords to 140% extra crit multiplier. It's really insane. 30 damage, and a less attack speed. We don't care about attack speed because we're gonna use ShatterStrike once. We're gonna be spamming FireBrand. And more hit damage to high health enemies. High health means above 65%, so it doesn't matter if you're FireBranding and then Shattering Strike, you're probably gonna still hit them above 65%. This will give us 100% more damage, so it's double the damage, and will probably one-shot almost everything. FlameWard, aggressive FlameWard. Here we want the duration, we want the 250% increased fire damage that we're gonna turn into cold damage. So that's a lot of increased cold damage. And then we want for a defense with more ward, less hit damage, 40% less hit damage, and 16% before. We're gonna have 56% reduced damage with the shield from our passive, and then less elemental damage taken. So as soon as we fire a ward, we have a safe net. We're gonna be really safe, and we can attack in peace. NewMageTalents, this will increase our damage by a lot. Also, there's one here, Kindling Blade. This will automatically recast. This is a noob trap. You can automatically recast your abilities in Last Epoch by kinda cheating a bit. All you have to do is map an ability on your keypad, hold down the button. For example, I will put EnhanceWpn on 3, hold 3 down and turn off Lamlock. That will lock in your choice, and it will keep refreshing every time it's up. Then we go for melee lightning damage, melee cold damage, and travel point here for 25% increased melee cold damage. And I think I talked about the attack speed, but more attack speed. This will buff up our damage. You can use it as you're using FireBrand. It still gives you a good increase in damage, but I suggest using it right before ShatterStriking for maximum destruction. Teleport, it's a defensive teleport. We get ward per point of intellect. We should be stacking intellect anyway, so might as well. And then increase elemental damage and deck clones to get the hits. I hope you guys try this build. I think it's really fun, and enjoy. Bye guys.